Assalamualaikum and good morning. I'm Mazatul Ashida binti Isha.
I'm Juni Harisa binti Abdul Hafiz.
Siti Farah Adiana binti Faris.
Arifana Fatia binti Syed Azimat.
Today headlines is Malaysian Airlines crisis management in 2014. Malaysia Airlines Berhad was a large aviation company has organized all of its operation under Malaysia Aviation Group Berhad, which encompass four distinct business segments, which is air transportation, ground services, aircraft leasing, and talent groups. MAS Airlines has undergone four phases of renaming changes since its inception, which is known as Malayan Airways Limited 1937, Malaysian Airways 1963, Malaysia Singapore Airlines 1966, and Malaysia Airlines System 1972. MAS is different from other airlines as it creates diversity for passengers, especially from overseas. This is because we can see that MAS is the only airlines that introduce the traditions, culture, cuisines, and hospitality that passengers love so much. MAS has set the wearing of traditional kebaya by all its stewardess as their uniform. Other than that, MAS also chose batik-based pattern and design elements in their stewardess clothing. This is because MAS wants to highlight Malaysian culture to the world. MAS also received an achievement, which is the 5-star airlines of the world by Skytrax in 2008, 2012, and 2013. MAS Airlines also received recognition from the World Travel Awards as Asia's leading airlines 2010, 2011, and 2013.
The extraordinary crisis has put MAS into the spotlight around the world when on 8 March 2014, during a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, China, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared. The disappearance of the Boeing 777 carried 227 passengers and 12 crew members, which led to the declaration of the crash in a remote part of the southern Indian Ocean without any potential survivors. The management has become inconsistent and lacks leadership application. The management has received limitless media coverage from entire local and foreign agencies of media around the world. Both MAS and the Malaysian government managed to conduct media coverage by press conferences, mass media, and written newspapers without any explicit or particular evidence, which leading to speculation about the tragedy. MAS once again facing their hard time few months after MH370 tragedy. Pro-Russian rebels have shot down Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 or MH17, which headed straight from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur over eastern Ukraine on 17 July 2014 that has been killed all 283 passengers and 15 crew members on board. For short analysis, MAS reputation has decreased, followed by a lack of trust among the passengers, who are quite incredibly afraid of something else happening again, and this issue brought to the resignation of their crews. Malaysia Airlines Chief Executive at that time, Ahmad Jauhari Yahya, was one of the persons that was highlighted by the media while handling the whole world and Malaysian itself pressure on the management. He was still insisted to give the best cooperation in bringing back the dead bodies, the funeral, and the grant of compensation. The organization has taken few steps to reduce the risk of the company losses, which could lead to difficulties in maintaining their workers' diversity, welfare, and rights. So, everyone in the organization of MAS has delivered their best decision in connecting with the victims' families and society in order to maintaining their reputation and leadership skills. Even there has no solid or specification was publicized widely about both tragedies, MAS Chief Executive and the government on that time was still fulfill the basic rights.
The protagonist of the case is Ahmad Jauhari Yahya, is the Managing Director or Chief Executive Officer, Malaysia Airlines. He served with Malaysia Airlines from 2011 to 2015. Here a little bit about his background. Ahmad Jauhari Yahya was appointed by Dana Harta as the Managing Director of Malaysian Aviation on 19 September 2011. He holds a bachelor degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from the University of Nottingham, United Kingdom. Back to the tragedy during his service, in 2014, the crisis of losing MH370 was being handled personally by a crisis communication team led by CEO Ahmad Jauhari Yahya and others on the board, who provided daily updates to the government and the press. Apart from that, CEO Ahmad Jauhari also asked for help in the search for the MH370 flight from a country with an advanced technology. In the early stage, we got good cooperation from 10 Asian countries. A few months later, we were shocked again with Malaysia Airlines flight, which is MH17, believed to have been shut down by pro-Russian separatists in Donetsk to eastern Ukraine while en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur on 17th of July 2014. The CEO also has asked for help from the country to collect the bodies and belongings of the victims to be handed over to the authorities. However, Malaysia Airlines has tried various efforts to help as much as possible, especially to the families involved. Not only one, but two tragedies in 4 months is not something that is easy for any airline CEO to face.
The crisis faced by the Malaysia Airline Berhad has been handled professionally by them. Press conference has been held along with the Minister of Defence. The public has been informed about the disappearance of MH370 and shutdown of MH17 by a series of press conferences. The press conference is also to inform the public and the victims' family about the search and rescue mission. It is also to avoid any fake news spread around. After several months of search and rescue mission of the MH370s, in one of the press conferences, the Minister of Defence has declared that the plane has lost in the Indian Ocean. Malaysia Airlines expressed their condolences and apologies toward the victims' family. Malaysia Airlines said to be sincerely regret about the missing of the MH370s plane and the loss of life of MH17 shutdown incidents. In the meantime, Malaysian Airlines representative has offered a compensation toward the victims' family. It ensures that the airlines take full responsibility of the loss of life of their crew members and passengers in the unfortunate events. The grief of the family can be felt of the people all around the world. We pray for them to be strong and offers our condolences. That's all for our news today. Thank you for watching with us. We leave you with a video footage of tribute to the MH370 victims and family.
MH370 was reported missing at 2:45 a.m. whilst in flight from KLIA to Beijing.
And the blood will dry underneath my nails, and the wind will rise up to fill my sails. So you can doubt and you can hate, but I